I had the most embarrassing thing happen last week. Went bowling with some friends and having a good time. Wasn't thinking about it.
Just get to it. Come on.
I wore the bowling shoes home.
What happened, Liz? I wore the bowling shoes home. Liz, are those your shoes?
They are sexy.
Where are your shoes, Liz?
And we're waking up people.
She wore bowling shoes.
I wore-
from the bowling alley all the way to
Back.
home.
Yeah. And I noticed when I moved from walking on carpet to walking on a hardwood, and I thought,
Slip her a little bit?
no,
Something?
I didn't slip. It was more of a, well, that feels odd. And I looked down and immediately just cracked up. And there were other people around me when I realized what I was doing. Everybody was cracking up, taking pictures, taking videos.
Of course.
Because, bowling shoes, maybe you don't know this, are not the most fashionable
Yeah, they are.
shoes to ever wear in your life. These things had huge Velcro, fasteners on top. It was awful. Blue and red.
Quite the most hilarious, embarrassing moment ever to witness in Liz's life.
No, I've done other things like that, but this is just, okay.
Oh, you've worn bowling shoes home before.
No, I've worn shirts inside out. There was one day I showed up here at work and I had
She did.
my shirt inside out.
I didn't say anything.
No, just saw the tag on the outside.
Tag was on the back. I'm like, oh, okay, that's trendy. Very nice.
It's trendy.
Scott, I think missed your finals or something like that.
I missed my my Spanish final in college. We got the days mixed out. We're going to have a final one day and then a kind of a little fiesta the following day to celebrate, the whole semester. And I got the days mixed up. And so I walk in ready to take the final and everybody's like ready to party. Thankfully, the professor felt bad enough for me that he gave me another exam and we did some other, activities, to make up for the final grade.
Activities?
Repeat after me. So I had to say these different Spanish phrases and things that we had learned that semester.
How'd it go?
In front of the class.
I wonder if you
Well,
passed.
it was a little embarrassing because everybody's partying and I'm reading through the Spanish.
Oh, you had to do it during the party.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay,
man.
give
So
us
I
one
had
of the
a written,
phrases.
and then I had to do this verbal Spanish presentation, in front of everybody.
You got to give us one of the phrases
Yeah,
that you had
let's hear
to.
it. Come on.
Oh, that was, 2 decades ago.
I don't care.
Hola.
Well, again, say
Hola,
s-
profesor.
What?
Is that all you know in Spanish? Hola, profesor?
I can count.
Okay, go ahead, count.
All right. Uno, dos,
That's
tres,
basic.
cuatro,
That
cinco.
doesn't, I'm sorry, that doesn't even count.
No, okay, count.
Well, it does count, but it doesn't count.
You're listening to Rob and Liz in the morning.
His radio.
Liz, I don't know if you heard, but she wore bowling shoes home from the bowling alley the other day. That's embarrassing. Rob and Liz in the morning, his radio. So we hear Ninja, our producer, had an embarrassing moment.
Yeah, so I was helping my husband film a wedding. I was taking pictures. It had rained that day, and it was at a crystal ballroom. We go rushing inside because they're about to do their entrances, and I just fall flat on my back and shatter a camera lens. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, are you okay? What year is it? Who's the president? And I'm like, I'm fine. Just leave me alone. Look at the bride instead.
So you totally distracted from the bride. You didn't mean to, but
Okay, was this at the reception dinner, or where was this?
It was at the reception, yeah.
It was.
Yeah, they were about
Wow.
to do dinner and entrances and all the stuff.
And then you made an entrance.
Yeah, I did.
and you just
Unfortunately.
wanted to melt into the carpet, into the floor. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yes.
So embarrassing.
Natalie's here at 800-447-7234. What happened to you?
So I take the kids berry picking one hot summer day, and I come home, and we're in a rush to go meet a friend for lunch at McDonald's. And the kids were psyched, and I was just thrilled to be getting out of the house. So I go home, and I quick take off, and I shower, and I get dressed, and I get to the restaurant, and my friend just dies laughing. And I'm like, what? And she couldn't even talk. And finally she points at the back of my shorts, and a piece of lingerie was hanging like a tail. And there were many construction workers there, And I'm sure they got a chuckle in their day.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
They got the 911 call. They had to come and help because Highway 80 was being blocked by an alligator. So the police helped escort the alligator across the street.
Escorted?
Yeah, had to get it out of the street. So it's like, come this way, out of the street, little guy, come this way.
Did it go like, oh, my bad, I'm so sorry.
It shouldn't have been here.
I'm in the middle of the road.
I was just trying to catch a ride.
That was a scary situation.
Oh, no. So Ninja actually rescued an animal one day. What was it?
Yes, so we rescued a kitten, or maybe he rescued us. But
Well, what happened?
he showed up at our house. Well, he showed up at our house the night before, and we were like, we don't need a cat. Then he showed up the next morning. We were like, oh, he's so cute. And so we gave him food so that he didn't look starved anymore and loved on him. And now he's a part of our family.
That's right. Okay. So this is the cat you've been introducing to your dog.
And they're getting along. It
Right.
took 6 months, but
Well, and you had like a baby gate and all this other stuff that separated them for a while.
yes, now the baby gate is gone. Even the litter box is in a room altogether. So, like, they are literally
They're
friends.
hanging out.
They are. It's a miracle.
Didn't you send me a video, Ninja, like last week of show, or was that on Instagram? Anyway, of them like standing sort of near each other.
Yes.
Do they cuddle yet?
Not yet.
It's coming.
Yeah, I hope so. That would be so cute.
And then you can write children's books. What's the dog's name again?
Silas.
Silas and Frankie.
Silas and Frankie.
Learn to get along.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
There is a gas station that is completely themed around Cheez Its.
I have no problem with that. The original Cheez It's, really, really good. This is weird, though. It is a little odd. So it's only in California.
It's a pop-up gas station, too,
Right.
so it's going to be around for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, but they spent a lot of money on this pop-up gas station because it actually is like a store inside of the gas station, like a convenience store. Guess what they sell?
Not just Cheez Its, but everything is Cheez Its.
Everything.
It's called the Cheez It Stop.
Yeah,
The gas pumps are themed and look like Cheez Its.
but it's huge. It's a huge gas nozzle, and you're thinking, I hope that doesn't actually pump gas because my car won't take that. What it actually pumps is little bags, individual size bags of Cheez-Its.
That come out of the gas pump. It's Cheez-Its that come out of the gas pump. So don't try to fill up your tank on that.
No, that would be bad.
Yeah, everything in the store is themed Cheez-Its.
Postcards,
Everything.
like everything, T-shirts.
They even have, what is it, a jumper suit that looks like Cheez-Its?
Yeah, you could buy yourself like
It is
overalls.
crazy.
Yeah.
Scott, who does our news, is a Cheez-Its fan.
I have loved Cheez-Its my entire life. I've got a bag in another room near my office, and my favorite, the extra toasty. Those are my favorite Cheez-Its.
So you like those extra? I like things extra toasty. Those just seem burnt.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It adds a little extra
Crunch.
crispiness to it.
But there are so many different varieties of Cheez-Its now. I have a hard time finding the original. Like, I have to scan
Yeah.
and really sit there and study it to find the right one.
You know, there's a song about Cheez-Its.
There is?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You hear it a lot on his radio. There's a whole song. I think Scott knows the song.
What?
Scott, what's the song? It's the Cheez-It song.
About Cheez-Its?
Yeah.
I don't know about a song named
Scott
Cheez-Its.
really loves
There's-
Cheez-Its.
That's not it.
Cheez-It, Cheez-It.
No.
No?
I am shocked. You don't even know this song about Cheez-Its.
Is it Danny Goki? He seems like he'd sing about Cheez-Its.
No, he doesn't sing about Cheez-Its.
Okay.
I discovered this at CR Worship.
Okay.
And we were like, no way, that is a Cheez-It song.
What's the Cheez-It song?
Yeah. Let my Cheez-Its change your... Listen. Let my Cheez-Its change your life. Hallelujah. Let me tell you about my Cheez-Its.
Let me tell you about my Jesus.
No. Let my Cheez-Its change your life.
Hallelujah.
Cheez-Its can definitely change your life, especially at this Cheez-Its pop-up station.
I'll never hear that song the same again.
Never, ever,
Yeah.
ever again.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Vivian had dreamed of going to her prom like her whole life, just about. She thought about the dress and the shoes and how that whole night was going to go. And so when it came time for her senior prom, she didn't have a date. She didn't have a boyfriend. And so she thought, okay, so how about I just ask my best friend? His name is Cade. Cade said yes. They got dressed up. They went to the prom. Thing is, they had to make sure that Vivian felt okay. She had just gone through cancer treatment. She had gone through chemotherapy. They weren't so sure that she was going to make it to her prom. And another part of this story is that Cade had also had the same exact cancer that Vivian had. It was a bone cancer, and they met in the hospital while they were getting their treatments. He was on the end of it. She was at the beginning of it, and they got really close because he was there for her as she went through chemotherapy and started to lose her hair.
Oh.
And so they went to prom together. She had on this gorgeous yellow dress. He got all dressed up in his suit, and they had a spectacular time. Only happened a couple weeks ago, so.
Yeah, because school just got out.
Exactly.
Right?
And they had a very late prom because most proms are like in March or April. But yeah, they had a fantastic night. They danced a lot, took a limo to the prom. And so, yeah, dreams do come true.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
I will say this is kind of creative, what this guy did.
Yeah, but wrong.
Oh, definitely wrong, but creative. It's
Dude
thinking out of
needed
the
to get
box.
to an airport, so he actually helped himself to somebody else's wheels and drove himself to the airport, and it wasn't his vehicle at all. Nor was it a vehicle that had a license to be on the road. It was a backhoe.
Like, what?
Dude jumped into a backhoe. And how many miles? He went about 10 miles. He drove 10 miles in this thing to get to the airport.
It had to have
so he
taken him
would
forever.
not catch his, or so he wouldn't miss his flight.
But it had to take him forever. Backhoes don't, I don't think they even go 45 miles an hour, right? I would not think. I've never driven one. I don't know anyone that's driven one. 10 miles an hour, maybe?
Probably.
Maybe.
That's what you would think, right?
You would think, like, dude, come on.
Here's the thing. He's caught on security camera walking up to the airport, and it's like so nonchalant. It's like he gets off the thing, drives up, parks it in the parking lot of the airport, and then just walks in like nothing ever happened.
Well, I gotta say, I do feel like he missed an opportunity to valet.
Rob and Lizz.
His morning crew.
Very wasteful, and I don't mean to shake my finger at anybody, but it's very wasteful to throw away dirty diapers. Very, very, very wasteful because there's so much good that can be done with dirty diapers. It's Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio, and just think the hundreds and thousands of good that can be done with dirty diapers. Mm-hmm. You can make a house out of them.
You can make a house out of them. I don't know why anyone ever thought to do something like this or why you would want to.
All the dirty diapers that are filling up the landfills.
Yeah, they are.
You know what? You can make houses out of them. And somebody's proving it in Japan.
They are. Like, why? Again, I just want to know who was sitting around probably changing a baby's diaper and thinking, what can we do with this? How can we recycle this?
Let me make a house out of
Yeah.
this. Now, here's the thing. No, there's not the in it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, they
that
clean
stuff,
that out.
They literally, they say after washing and sterilizing and drying and shredding and then mixing a little bit of gravel, water, and sand, and a little bit of cement in there, and then they make a house out of it.
Yeah.
Now, they've made like a really tiny house.
Well, yeah, because they got to start somewhere. You don't want to start with a mansion.
Just under 400 square feet.
It's tiny.
Yeah, and they just wanted to make sure that, well, they could actually do it, and they did.
And I don't know if I could ever get past is it smell in here?
Right?
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
So a guy is doing 50 in a 30. Yeah, he got stopped. Mm-hmm. Guess how much? Just a wild guess how much the speeding ticket was. 50 miles an hour in a 30.
Okay, so you're going 20 miles over. I'm going to say I would expect it to be in the $200 range,
Okay?
which seems, wow, that's a lot. That's a big
Okay.
ticket to me.
All right. 100 and
200.
$200.
I think 200.
So I was nonchalantly doing 87 in
Nonchalantly.
a 75.
Okay.
Well, I was past. Listen, I don't speed.
Yeah.
And I did going around some traffic.
87 and a 75?
Yeah, it was
okay.
it was 180.
Okay.
$180. Yeah.
They've gone up.
They have.
Oh.
And I was saving for a guitar, and so
Oh, no.
forget that. That's out the window. No ticket for 23 years, and then I get that.
And then you get tagged.
So this guy's doing 50 and a 30. I got a $180 ticket the other day.
Okay, so he maybe had $400. $400.
You think it's 400?
Well,
doing
I mean,
a 50 and a 30?
I'm just thinking you were going 12 miles over.
Okay, his was a lot higher than mine.
Okay, so I'm going to say.
You said 400. You started 200. You went to
Yeah.
400. It's a lot higher than that.
800.
No, a lot higher than that.
I feel like I'm on the Price is Right.
It's $129,000 for a speeding ticket.
Like,
Doing 50 and a 30 in Finland.
is that the going rate?
In Finland. No, not really. Here's the thing. In Finland, they base the traffic fines off of your wealth.
Oh, my goodness.
So this guy's pretty good to do. So they're like, yeah. Like, honestly, some people who are wealthy, if they speed $180 is nothing to them, like it's the world to me.
So you got to make it hurt.
Yeah.
Is what they're doing.
Exactly. So the fine, fits the wealth. And
Friend
so,
boy is never going to speed again.
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
Rob and Lizz in the morning, his radio. Liz is really smart. She knows etiquette up and down. She was just on a plane recently, as a matter of fact.
I was, and the guy sitting in the middle seat had his arm all up in my seat. Like, it was not only just on the armrest, it was on me at one point. And I was like, dude, come on.
Okay, listen. I'm a big guy, and when I'm on the plane, I have to literally bring my hands into my body and kind of hold my elbows.
Yeah.
So that I won't touch anybody.
Yeah.
Which is really, and then if I fall asleep, I think I fall apart.
Oh, sure. Well,
My
who
hands go.
doesn't? But he had plenty of room, I'll say that. And yet, he was spread out. Like, he was just real comfortable.
He
Like,
owned it, huh?
Like I was his family, which, I don't have a problem if I'm touched by somebody like that. It's not a big deal. But I was kind of like, I'd like to put my arm there. So the etiquette says, if you're in the middle seat, you aren't supposed to use either armrest.
Oh, come on.
I don't agree with that.
No,
I don't
come
agree.
on.
I think
That's wrong.
First come, first serve.
You need one at least.
Right?
And probably the one would be closer to the aisle because the poor guy crunched up against the wall in the window.
That was me.
There's really no other armrest.
I can only go so far. Would you like me on the wing, sir? 'Cause
You're listening to Rob and Lizz in the morning.
His radio.
We just got an open mic on the My HISRadio app. Google Play in the App Store, by the way. You can download it. About Liz's experience on the plane. It comes from Kathy.
yeah, I was on a plane and I was up against the window. Guy in the middle. He took both armrests and more than that because he was almost in my lap at one point. Like his arm was way
Fall
over.
asleep, right?
No.
Did he fall asleep? No?
No, he was watching TV. He was having his little snacky snack.
I can understand because I'm a big guy too, and for me not to spill over on everybody else, I literally take my arms and grab them by the elbow if I'm in the middle seat, which I am not a fan of the middle seat.
Ever.
I need the aisle.
But he was I must say, a smaller guy. He was about the size of my dad, like 135 pounds. Like, he was a smaller guy, but he was just real relaxed and comfortable.
Okay, so here's an open mic about that because then we're questioning etiquette. Who gets what armrest on the plane? Who does? Okay, so here's the observation from the My HISRadio app on the open mic.
Just want to let you know I've flown quite a bit. I don't know if the etiquette has changed, but under my understanding, the center the center seat gets both armrests, and the window gets the left, and the aisle gets the right. So I don't know if that's changed. Anyway, God bless you. Bye.
Okay, thank you for that. And I can understand in a sense because the poor person in the middle gets the bad rap.
Sure.
Right?
Sure. But I don't know. I think it's first come, first serve. That's, to me, whoever gets their arm
I'm
there
here first. This is mine.
Yeah.
Sorry.